I am now creating weekly exclusive content for Patreon, so if you are interested in that, go check out the link down below. And of course, if you want to avoid the random lottery of FIFA points, you want to go straight to the source, buy the players directly, use u7buy.com and use the code TVM at checkout. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to 6 o'clock content. My wires were tangled. Anyway, we're about to load in the day before team of the season, so I'm not expecting anything other than marquee matchups and maybe a little bit of a booster in terms of like maybe a pack or something, but we didn't get a splash screen while loading in, so I'll have to load back out and go back in a second. We have been given a player, which is unbelievably surprising because it's the day before team of the season. I thought they'd be like, well, we'll just check out marquee matchups and we'll be done with it. But Nuri Sahin, former Liverpool player, Dortmund player, and now Werder Bremen. I'm sure he's played for other clubs as well. But two requirements. Flashback to his 2010-2011 season. I'm sure if you flashed back in actual FIFA terms to like FIFA 11, which is what the FIFA would have been then, I think, and you look at his card, it would not have been 89 rated, but still, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot, medium, left-footed. I mean, okay, so decent pace, not crazy pace. Sprint speed is low compared to the acceleration, which is annoying, but it is what it is, right? So 99 shot power, 91 long shots, 96 volleys. Fantastic. Finishing is a touch on the low side, but he's a CDM, so that's fine. Attack positioning, again, touch on the low side, but he's a CDM, so it's okay. And then you've got some of the best passing stats you will see in FIFA. That's insane across the board. That's brilliant. His dribbling across the board is actually very good as well. His actual dribbling stat is the lowest. We're not including balance and agility, just looking at reactions, ball control, dribbling, composure. That's really good. Agility and balance, not that bad actually. What is he? He's 5'11", not that bad considering he's a CDM, and reasonably good defensive stats. I mean, I wouldn't say they're amazing. His interceptions and slide tackle are very good, but the stand tackle, defensive awareness are not low, but they're just not amazing. They're good, but they're not amazing. And then his physicals are fantastic, apart from the stamina. I'd love to have a look at the base card to see what that's been boosted by, because the stamina for a CDM isn't great. It's not great. And there are two requirements here. So, I mean, if I'm going to guess, I'm probably going to say something like 84, 85. But in all honesty, it should be one team. And it should be maybe an 84 with an inform, or an 85 without an inform at a push. But obviously, this is two requirements, right? So 83 and an 85. Well, I was half right. The packs are terrible. I don't know how I feel about that. I know a lot of people are going to say it's too expensive, but I've got a funny feeling I think it is going to be a touch on the expensive side, but it's a good card, right? It's a very good card. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better box-to-box than that. The issue, and I'm going to say it, I can't believe he's going to say it, but I am going to say it. The stamina is, I know it's 80, and it sounds like it could be okay, but this is the most demanding position on the pitch, with the exception of maybe a fullback, but most people don't play attacking fullbacks in FIFA because it doesn't make any sense to do that. So for maybe a box-to-box player, which is what people may play him as, because he's more than capable of playing box-to-box central midfield, which is probably where I would play him, stamina is not good enough. It needs to be 90 plus for that card to be usable for the full 90. You could bring him on as a sub, you could start him and sub him off, and the card is fantastic across the board, especially with the chem style. I'm guessing 96, 97 rated in the central midfield position. But that stamina will hinder. Now, if you play him as a CDM, out-and-out CDM, and you don't worry about playing him further forward, and you tell him to stay back while attacking, you might get away with it. But in the more demanding games where you're under the cosh an awful lot and you try and counter-attack and then you have to come back and defend, you are going to notice that 80 stamina just isn't good enough for, like I said, the most demanding position on the pitch for stamina. Now, let's have a look at marquee matchups, which is the only other thing we've been given. But we do get a mega pack, which is quite nice. I would imagine most people would be saving these for tomorrow, which I would recommend. 10 gold cards required in this, so not cheap. Premium Electrum. Gold players pack for this one, 77 rated. Prime Electrum and a 25k pack. They seem to be like the same set of cards with very similar requirements throughout, to be fair. So apart from that, that's a little bit harsh actually, 10 gold players, but you do get a mega pack back for it, so I don't suppose we can complain too much. There's no chance you're going to get a player drop today. I haven't done any prep for team of the season. It's not that I'm not hyped for it, because I am genuinely looking forward to it. It's 4 days on that Nuri Sahin. I do want to take a look at that in a more close. Wait, what am I trying to say? I want to look at that a little bit more closely. Bit closer? I don't know. With a chem style and such, right? So, yeah, nothing there. Nothing there. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So, wasn't expecting a player today. Just honestly, I was expecting marquee matchups, and we were going to have a little talk about team of the season. But now that we have a player, I suppose we may as well go and have a look to see what people think about it, and B, what this card will look like with the right chem style. Because he's a 91 rated CDM and CM without a chem style. That's massive. So what does he look like if we play around with him a little bit? So first off, what do people think about it? It's sort of people on the fence. I think it's decent. I don't think it's cheap, and I think it could have been cheaper. However, I don't think it's going to be a terrible price, because that card is actually going to be very, very good. The stamina is the only thing that, looking at it, I'm thinking, that's a shame. But in game, it might be different. I'm not going to complete it today, because I am sort of one eye on team of the season. You know, I'm very aware that this is the best attempt EA have at a coin sink in them. Nuri Sahin, absolutely not going to get anywhere near team of the season, never going to be featured in it, so they drop a flashback player in hopes that people will use up the last of their fodder to maybe get this before they drop team of the season and they start enticing people to buy FIFA points. That's the plan, I'm guessing. I mean, maybe cynical thinking from me, but this card is very good. Now, can we improve it to the point where we're sort of looking at an end game card? Now, it's never going to be end game in terms of that stamina, and the sprint speed may go against you for certain things. However, if we go for the obvious and we play him as a CDM, Powerhouse takes him to a 95. So it doesn't take him up as high as I thought it might do, but a 95 rated CDM. And I know a lot of people won't want to do this, but you can do if you want. You can play him as a centre-back, and you'd get a 93 rated centre-back. That stamina is absolutely fine for a centre-back. So if you are maybe looking to, I don't know how many people play 3 at the back these days, but if you think you can get away with it, maybe start with a 4-3-3, and then move into a 3 at the back and move your fullbacks into midfield. I don't know. But if we go for purely box-to-box, I'm actually very surprised that this is as low rated as it is. So we can get a 95 rated central midfield player with a Maestro. I'm surprised. I honestly thought we'd get a 96, 97 rated central midfield player here, because we have some insane passing stats across the board. We have some very good reaction ball control, composure stats, very good physicals apart from the stamina. I actually thought we would be looking at one of the best sort of box-to-box midfielders in the game on paper. But it turns out, I mean, it's still a great card, but it's a lot lower than I thought it was, or thought it would be. I don't know. I mean, Powerhouse, obviously the best chem style to play if you want to play him more defensively, but I suppose Maestro, I guess, is the chem style you'd want to use if you were to use him as a box-to-box. A little bit disappointing that he doesn't have 4-star skills. Very disappointing he doesn't have 5-star weak foot. But apart from the sort of little niggly things that you kind of have to look at when completing a player that you can't sell, because of course this is untradeable, right? So in terms of, do I want to do it and be stuck with this card for the rest of the game, you have to weigh up things like this, because you can't just go, well, I don't like it, I was right, the stamina is going to be a problem, let's just sell him, because you can't sell him, you're stuck with him, right? So what do I think of that card? I think it's a pretty damn good SBC, or pretty damn good card, I should say. I'm not going to commit to whether it's a good SBC or not just yet, because I want to know the price. Let me refresh this. Has the price come in for it yet? It's only been out 10 minutes, to be fair. Wasog bonus price. Let's find out what an 85 rated team is. You'd think I would have learned this by now. 85 rated team is 95k. So it's 95k plus an 83 rated team, which I think was Durrami an 83 with an inform. Banging. So 83 with an inform is 30 to 35, and the 85 rated team is 100k. So you're looking at around 130,000 coins, maybe a bit less. Oh, there we go. So 26 million for the 85. So did that wasn't an inform? No. So there we go. So this is going to be about 95k. This is going to be about 30, 35. So you're looking at about 130 and under. 130 is going to be the max you pay for this. Chances are you have a little something in your club. Is that card worth 130,000 coins? I mean, I didn't want to do that. What I wanted to do was similar. So, I mean, I don't know. It might be. Because if you look at like cards that are similar, Kimmich is coming up as a similar card. Do you know what? Yes, I agree. And I did Kimmich because I thought that was a very good card. And that cost 210,000 coins. Now, Kimmich is a little bit more on the usable side. He has 98 stamina, so that's no question. He doesn't have the physical. His defensive stats aren't as good. The pace is the same sort of, gap there. He has high, whereas Nuri Sahin has medium. Not too far from each other. Weak foot skill moves is exactly the same. The body type is the same. You can almost say that these cards are mirror opposite. And yes, and yet, loads of people, nearly 4,000 people like this compared to the 500 that didn't like it. And it was 210,000. The links are going to be slightly better, because obviously you can link him to Boateng, you can link him to, was it Alaba had a really nice card at one point, the left back, or was it like a centre back even? There are quite a few, and he's got an informed left back card actually as well, but there are quite a few sort of strong links you can give him, whereas Nuri Sahin, you're looking at sort of weaker, just Bundesliga links. But if you like this and you think this was good value, this is by far better value, because he's 70,000 coins cheaper, and it's essentially the same card. However, in where it really counts, I would say that Sahin is actually maybe a little bit better. Let's get rid of the chem style here and have a look. So Sahin has got better passing across the board. Apart from the agility and the balance, he's got better dribbling across the board. He's got better defensive stats across the board. The only thing that this Sahin card doesn't have that Kimmich has is that stamina. And yet I was praising Kimmich for being a great card. I enjoyed him in game, and I did the SBC. So why am I on the fence about Nuri Sahin? I shouldn't be. I think that's a great card, and it's much better value than what Kimmich was. So the only downside here is no hyperlink into Boateng and a few of the others, and the stamina is lower, but I still think you're going to have a lot of fun with this. If you did Kimmich and you use him on the regular, I would do Sahin and I would put them in the team together, so you've got that little link. And then I did a video earlier on Verstrata, or Verstrat, which is the milestone player. He is fantastic in that CDM role. You could play him CDM, Sahin and Kimmich as maybe box-to-box players, or maybe play Verstrat as a box-to-box and put Sahin CDM, stay back while attacking to preserve that stamina. I think that's good if you've got a Bundesliga team. If you haven't and you can't fit him into a team, I wouldn't bother with it, right? But it's a very good card. It's bang on the money for price, and I think that is where it should be at this stage of the game. I do like it, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but if you compare him to this card, which a lot of people liked, it's just better. In game, not in real life, in game. With that being said, let me know what you think of Nuri Sahin in the comment section down below. If you've enjoyed this video and you're excited for Team of the Season, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index, the game changed. Download the app now.